my peeps? This is Baby Screen Queen. I hope you're doing okay this lovely day, cold, lovely day, depends on where you live at. It is time for my top three favorite Christmas movies. Now, these are my top three favorite Christmas movies that I watch on a continuous basis. Before I get into that, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the notification bell button when I post some new videos, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok under the same name, Baby Screen Queen. You're going to hear the jingles. So if it annoys you, I don't know what to tell you. So let's just get started. I figured it is time to go back to the basics. Started at the time when I did my first top three of the horror franchise, like Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Alien, Predator, Scream, and draw at this time instead of just like, okay, I'm particular on what is number three, two, and one. So, like I did with them, I'm going to reveal my three movies, my favorite Christmas movies. It's Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, Home Alone, Feh. I love it. I love Home Alone, but that's just too easy, okay? Let's put it to rest. Home Alone 2, Scrooged, and The Muppet Christmas Carol. So I'm going to draw it out of this bucket here. It says cookies. I had cookies in here. And we're going to see what is number three, two, and one blindly, okay? So let's just get started. Coming in at number three of my top three favorite Christmas movies is, drum roll, please. Number three is 1988's Scrooged. If I want to do it my way, it would be number three. But I love Scrooge. It's starring Bill Murray, and it takes a whole different approach. You know, instead of like Ebenezer Scrooge, like you hear in the Muppet Christmas Carol, now you get Bill Murray's character. Uh, I'm not even prepared. Frank Cross. I knew that. Yeah, so you get Frank Cross, who's a businessman, and and he's hard worker. He doesn't care about Christmas, and Christmas wasn't good to him. But like Ebenezer Scrooge, it's like his fault. He put hard work before anything else. It makes him stone cold, and especially the part where, what's his name? What's her name? Grace. Yeah, Grace Cooley played by Alfred Woodard. When it comes to like giving like certain people a towel or a VCR, he was about to give his brother a towel. And the bonus that Grace had was a towel as well. Like she worked for him for all these years, even put her family in the back burner to serve him. But he learned his lesson, of course. It's like three spirits, ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future, or Christmas yet to come. And of course, my favorite is the present. And of course, y'all know, if y'all have followed me on TikTok, I have talked about this in my Baby Rose era of the 35 movies that I have reviewed, and Scrooge was one of them. And, but he learned his lesson. And I think the one that got him the most was the yet to come, when he saw himself in the casket, and who was there was his brother and his brother's wife, who's really and truly is his actual brother. And if I'm not mistaken, his older brother played as his father in Ghosts of Christmas Past. He want to choo choo. Well, you can't get choo choo. You gotta hard work. But my favorite scene is at the end, and when Frank, spill all he spill his heart out. What is like the meaning of Christmas? That it shouldn't be like just for one day or for just month. Like Christmas should be every single day. We should give and love one another, and he understood it. Into this boy who couldn't even talk decided to talk again. Gave him that hope. So I love this movie, and I think it's a good Christmas movie to watch. And somebody under my comment section, when I posted a throwback, saying that Carol Kane had a problem doing with the role that she played, and I don't know if it's her or Bill Murray, who had seven stitches and whatnot. I feel so bad for her, but I also think that too is like, even though she, like many other actors and actresses, like even though the role was pretty hard for them, and they had like breakdowns and whatnot, I think they would say, but I don't want to take the joy away from people enjoying the movie. It's just one of those things. I have a breakdown and what have you. Is and but it turned out great. It's almost like what celebrities, like singers, don't like their favorite songs. There's grueling, and all of a sudden it becomes a greatest hits, but they don't like it, like Tina Turner with What's Love Got to Do with It. So that is number three, 1988's Scrooge. Coming in at number two of my top three favorite Christmas movies is, drum roll please, what is it? It's 1992's The Muppet Christmas Carol. Oh, yes. Now, really sure this will be my number one. Yeah, it would not be my number two. It will be my number one. I'm sorry. But I talked about this in my movie review in my Baby Rose era. Is the snippet is posted on Tik. No, it's gonna be posted on TikTok later on. But I talked about this in my movie reviews during my Baby Rose era in 2021. That was like my final video of the year on YouTube during that time. But like with Scrooge, now this is about Ebenezer Scrooge, played by Michael Caine, and of course, he's visited by three ghosts. You tell him the meaning of Christmas because, of course, hard working, putting his life on the back burner, and he lost the love of his life like Frank Cross, did. But unlike Ebenezer, Frank Cross, got the love of, you know, his life, of course. But even though Ebenezer don't, doesn't like a need love, it's just like he needs to know the joy of Christmas. Like you can't be so cold. Just because Christmas hasn't been good for you or you've been such a hard worker since you were a kid, enjoy life, love, give. And once he was visited by three ghosts, past, present, and the Christmas yet to come, it's like, again, the yet to come was like, cool. It's the scariest thing when people start talking bad about you and don't care about you and they speak ill of you. And you're going to be surprised, like, why would they talk, about me like that? Well, it's how you treat them. If you want to be good, then do good things. And present, like I said, it's a singing on the street corner choir. Oh, I love that song. Present is such a whole, it's such, just a jolly, good man. And he's so absent-minded, yeah. And then you get Tiny Tim, even though when Emily Cratchit, Miss Piggy, was like talking down on him, right? And but Tim, Tiny Tim was like the founder of the feast, Mr. Scrooge. Like he has hope for Ebenezer to come around. So even Bob Cratchit, have hope that Ebenezer will come around. And the past, he didn't like the past, but he was happy to see his first job. Fuzzy, right? Rough, do the piano. Oh, it's good to see him. But it is such a feel good movie with Gonzo playing, being as Charles Dickens and his partner Rizzo Rhett, telling the story. It's very daunting. It's very uplifting, and it's fun. And when my father bought me a DVD player, when I put on a Muppet Christmas Carol, it just brings back that whole, um, nostalgic vibes, when I was a little girl watching it. Because how was I when this came out? I was 6 years old when this came out. But I don't think I watched this when it actually did came out. I think it was like late, like 2 years later that I watched this, like, or maybe a year later, or yeah, 1993, a year later. And so I was 7 years old when I first saw this movie. And every Christmas, along with Aladdin, the Muppet Christmas Carol is what I put on. And another movie that I would put on during the holidays is Sister Act. Like I would, I don't know why, but for the Muppet, it doesn't cater to only children, even though I think it's children oriented, like child friendly, but it's family oriented. No matter how old you are, you can still watch this movie, and you don't need to stop watching it because you're old now. You don't know, you don't watch it. It brings that joy, right? Like you don't have to stop like decorating the Christmas tree the way that you always decorate when you was little. Keep doing it. Carry on that tradition. Now, if you like the aesthetic wise of Christmas, that's on you. Okay, that's you. That's on you. That's not me. Okay, I like to keep the tradition of how I decorated the Christmas tree when I was little, and the Muppet Christmas Carol. Give me that nostalgia vibe. Like keep doing what you're doing, what you love, what brings you joy and happiness. So that is my number two, 1992's The Muppet Christmas Carol. So coming in at number one of my top three favorite Christmas movies is, drum roll please, it's 1992's Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Now this would be my number two. This would be my number two. Um, I also talked about this in my Baby Rose era, movie review. I think this was in 2020, December of 2020, and I love Home Alone too, and it's kind of, I think the traps, not well the traps, the booby traps, whatever you want to call it, were better than the first one. Uh, but I love the what is this? Yeah, yeah, they were better than the first one. They had the same formula like they had in Home Alone. You know, mother talking to Kevin in the beginning of the movie, and getting into a Frank and Buzz and Kevin going at it again. He gets lost this time. The family goes to Florida. He goes to New York, and it's not like he was left behind. It's just that he went the wrong way because who he thought he was chasing was his father, but it wasn't. Yeah, and but he had a good time, and Tim Curry was there. And it was funny too because somebody mentioned this on Instagram. It's like in that scene when Tim Curry was a housekeeping and Kevin had to blow up that clown floaty and use Frank's voice that Kevin recorded while Frank was taking a shower. And then, Tim Curry was just like, what is going on? It's like, and then Kevin was like, get it how you know it's a little, I will slap you silly. And then somebody said, it's kind of funny how, even though Tim Curry's character didn't know it, but it was the clown that Kevin used, and Tim Curry played as the original It. It the clown? Yeah. I love part two because even though, like, Home Alone does give that Christmas vibe, but it's something about Christmas in New York that gives off that vibe, especially the part when Kevin went to Duck and Toy store. Oh, seeing like the view of the toys in the toy store. It's just, and the music, dun 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 dun. It's, my dream, if I want to go somewhere, is to go to New York during Christmas and during the New Year's. I well, no, not now, because people too engrossed in their phones, and they are so technology wired that New Year's wasn't like the New Year's like back in like in 2010s at least, or 2000s and the 90s. Last year New Year's and how people were celebrating, it's just like, dad, y'all so techno wired and whatnot. Get off your phone and enjoy the moment. And even the look of it, I'm like, oh, so we going black, gray, and white on this one, and nothing color. Oh, but I love the fact. But I love the fact that it's like Kevin realized, like, I shouldn't be mad at my family, this and that and the third. And Kate realized that she was wrong, that, okay, I need to stop, like, always blaming my son for something that really and truly he didn't do. Yeah, he should apologize, like somebody did say under my TikTok when I posted a snippet on this one movie. Like, but he did, like, did a little catastrophic of the domino effect of the rest of the choir, and the woman who played on the piano, she fell. Yeah, he should apologize for that part, but for pushing Buzz, no. No, he shouldn't apologize for that. And Buzz wasn't apologetic for what he had done. And it's kind of like Kate should have known, like, like Kevin acts this way when Buzz says something, and for her not to clock that for the second time, it's just like you have a favorite child, and Buzz is your favorite child between Buzz and Kevin. But they apologized eventually, and then she got on him like, if when Buzz said if Kevin had screwed up, and then she like kind of pat him like, shut up. Again, we wouldn't have this, would not. But I love the traps with Harry and Marv, the electrocution, the tools coming from the tool bag, and and the paint cans and all that. The pigeon lady and throwing the bird seeds on Harry and Marv, and Marv was just screaming like crazy. And then Kevin gave the pigeon lady a turtle dove. Oh, it's just so cute. I just love this movie so much, and I don't know if this is everybody's favorite movie. I think that Home Alone will always be that movie, that number one movie. But it's just something about Home Alone 2 that gives like Christmas vibes heavily. I mean, it gives off Christmas vibes like crazy. Oh, and the limo with the pizza and Coca Cola, me, Dr. Pepper. Gosh, I just like, man, I wish I can get lost. I wish I can get lost. And the desserts, and be red velvet cake, strawberries, ice cream. I don't know if I can eat that now at my age. I'll be 40 in 5 months, so uh, gotta change my habit. Yeah, I love that movie, and I think that y'all would love it too. So that is my number one of my top three favorite Christmas movie, 1992's Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. So let's recap, shall we? Coming in at number three is 1988 Scrooged. Coming in at number two is 1992's The Muppet Christmas Carol. And coming in at number one is 1992's Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. What are your favorite Christmas movies or movie? Put in the comment section below, and I will see you next time. Have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and a Happy New Year. So peace, love, and happiness to all of you. Stay cool, don't be no fool, and use a tool of what? Knowledge. Deuces. Bye.